I was a public defender in Sarasota, Florida. And I remember we had a case, one of the cases that we went to trial on was a woman that got arrested for DUI, right? She got arrested for DUI, but she had spina bifida. Are you familiar with what that is?
Yes.
Okay, so she had spina bifida, and the police officer wanted her to do a field sobriety test. She's like, I'm not gonna pass that test, right? And and because she couldn't walk in a straight line, he arrested her. And when the case got to the state attorney, she brought her medical records, like, listen, I was not, if you tell me to walk in a straight line right now, I can't walk in a straight line. And that woman was in the system for over a year. We went to trial on the case and it was found not guilty. How is it that, I know there has to be training. Some attorneys may not know that. Will you have a process in the office where someone can review a file like that and get it out of the office, even if the frontline person, get it out of the office so this person isn't in the system for a year with an open DUI case?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've been a prosecutor here for years, and there are very few times in my experience where a defense attorney has come to me and said, Justin, my client did not do this. They have the wrong person. It wasn't my client. A lot of times, defense attorneys will say, my client didn't commit the crime, or, this and that and the other. But rarely do they say, you have the wrong person. My client, this is not them. They didn't do this. And when they do, I take that seriously. And I look into it. And I have done that on several occasions, and they were absolutely right. And I said, we got to drop this case now. We got the wrong person. And to me, that's one of the worst things that can happen to a human being, is to be charged with a crime that they had nothing to do with, that they didn't commit, unfairly.
And then they have to spend money to defend it. They have to,
and to you as a prosecutor, you might have a bunch of cases, and it's not that important to you, but to them, it's the most important case of their life.
Yes.
I had one who came to me, he said, my client didn't do this. I said, well, we got his fingerprints at the crime scene. It was a burglary. And we found one set of fingerprints that didn't belong there, and it was your client. Well, let me tell you what happened. The guy that was arrested delivered the bed a year or so earlier to the home. And we found the fingerprint on a cardboard box that had the remote for the bed, and it was in the homeowner's drawer. So when the guy that was accused delivered the bed, he handed them the box. The guy put the box away, and so the fingerprint remained there and never left. So whoever committed this burglary, there were no fingerprints anywhere else in the place. The fingerprints were only on that box.
Yeah.
So the only way they could have been there by this guy is if this story matched up, is if he had delivered the bed and that box. Because why would his fingerprints not be anywhere else in the home? Like he took a glove off just to touch that box?
Exactly.
Put the glove on? So when I found that out, I contacted the company. I said, this guy worked for you? And they said, yeah, he was our delivery guy. I said, all right, well, it all makes sense. And I told the victim, look, you were burglarized. They arrested someone. I'm sorry, but they didn't get the right guy. We got to drop this case. We dropped it immediately.
Yeah.